Hi, I'm Kenny with Fatty Bikes. Just want to introduce you to the electric bike you're going to be riding. And it doesn't matter which one of our Fatty Bikes you have to ride today. All the controls and the way you ride them is exactly the same. So I'm going to show you our Peñalosa model here, essentially how to turn on the bike, how to utilize the pedal assist power, the throttle, and just everything you need to know to ride safely and get you from A to B effortlessly. So to turn on the bike, you just hold this middle M button with your left hand. And the way an electric bike works is you have a pedal assist. So as you're pedaling, it's kind of like the walkway at an airport. It just sort of gives you a little bit of boost for your effort. And there's up and down buttons here. So as you want to get more power, you just increase your pedal assist. You don't have to pedal harder. It'll just give you more power. It increases incrementally all the way up to about 25, 26 miles an hour. You can also drop your pedal assist to 0, which essentially turns it off, but then you do feel the weight of the bike, and it is a little bit heavier of a bike. So at least most people tend to ride on level 1, 2, or 3, but of course whatever's comfortable for you. Our bikes also have brake lights, and then if you want to turn on all of your lights, you can hold the top arrow button here, about 3 seconds, boom, it turns on a tail light, it turns on a headlight, and you still have active brake lights as well. So now I'm going to turn those lights back off. There we go. So your LCD is also going to show you your battery power, your distance, how far you're riding, and your speed, how fast you're riding. So a lot of great information. But otherwise, the main things that you're doing are using these up and down buttons to control the amount of power the bike is giving you while you're pedaling. You also have a bell on your left brake lever here. And then as we move across the handlebars, you've got your gear shifter just like a standard bike would. It's a 7-speed Shimano shifter. And again, like a conventional bike, you only shift while pedaling. The pedal assist, you can shift that whether you're pedaling or not, it doesn't matter. But your gears, you need to be pedaling to shift them up and down. Most people will just find a gear they're comfortable in, like 5, 6, or 7, and stay in that gear and adjust their pedal assist instead. The bike has plenty of power, so just ride in a gear that's comfortable for you. And then over here on the right handlebar grip is what we call a twist throttle. It's not the whole grip, it's just this plastic part on the inside, and that's very much like a scooter would have. This red button is an on and off for the throttle. So even though the bike is on, with the red button out, the throttle is off. Most people will have that button engaged. This will allow them to use the throttle while riding. So with the throttle, you don't have to pedal. It will just give you power. Again, very much just like a scooter. You can sit there, twist it, and go. Most people will still pedal because that too is effortless. But the throttle is great for just getting going or for crossing an intersection. And so now that I have it on, I'll show you how that works. You can just kind of gently twist it, and the wheel starts spinning. If you want to give it more power, you twist it more, and so forth. So that's the twist throttle. It's not necessary you use it, but there is an advantage as you get comfortable with it. Otherwise, you can just leave that turned off. The bike is adjustable if you need to make any adjustments. The handlebar has a quick release, so it can go up or down. You don't want to go too high with it. There is a certain level on there that's marked. Otherwise, just put it somewhere that's comfortable for you. Same with the seat. There's a quick release that allows you to adjust that up or down, and should be good to go. You've got your battery right here, and you ought to be able to ride 25 to upwards of 50 miles on a single charge, depending on how you're riding. It's really dependent on the rider, where they're riding, and how much power you're choosing to use while riding. But for most of you, it's going to get you to work and back again, no problem. Electric bikes are amazing. What's awesome about them is they're all the fun of a bike, but the functionality of a vehicle. So you will be able to get to work or wherever you're going relatively effortlessly. You won't be sweating. You won't be tired. It's true transportation. That said, it can go where bikes can go. You can ride on most bike paths and certainly bike lanes. You can also ride on the street if you feel comfortable doing so, but not streets that are 35, 45 miles on up. Just places that you can keep up to speed. But for the most part, the bike can get you from A to B, and you don't have to stay on bike paths the entire time. However, when you are riding around other people or you're in a bike lane, because your bike can go a little bit faster, just ride with etiquette. Don't run people off the road. Use your bell if you need to. We've all been passed by somebody going really fast on a regular bike, so it's not about the bike, it's about the rider. So to keep this safe and enjoyable for everybody, just ride with etiquette. If you are getting off the bike and you need to walk the bike for whatever reason, it's suggested that you turn off the bike. That way you don't accidentally twist the throttle while you're walking it or something of that sort. It just makes sense to turn it off. So, okay, and if you are going somewhere, whether it be to work, to the grocery store, somewhere to hang out for a little bit, always lock up your bike. It's very important. And with the locks that you'll have access to, they're very flexible, and you can pretty much connect them to just about anything. You can hook them through this part of the bike, you can hook them around the frame. We don't suggest you go around the tire. Tires can be removed, and so that's not ideal, but definitely somewhere around the frame and then around a bike pole or something of that sort that you can lock it up to. So excellent, when you get off the bike and you're ready to go in somewhere or you're ready to lock it up for the day, you turn it off the same way that you turned it on, which is just to hold this middle M button for about 2 or 3 seconds. It powers off the entire bike. Also, if the bike is on and let's just say you get into conversation with somebody about your amazing new fatty bike, and you look down and you see that it's turned off, it's because it has a setting to do that, just as a power saver. So if it sits for about 4 or 5 minutes without any activity, it'll turn itself off. No worries though, you can just easily turn that back on and get going once again. So yeah, best practices on how to use your fatty bike.